Ugh. Oh, just fuck my shit up, fam. Welcome back to Let's Play Out of the Park Baseball 19. Oh god, I know. That's just a bad email. This is a cursed email. Oh, I need a sip of water. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, this one's bad. This is a very bad email too. But this email is way worse. Steven Matz, who we so wonderfully acquired over the offseason, has gone and he has torn the labrum in his shoulder. And he will be out. He will miss the season's over. He won't be back. Max Fried has also torn the flexor tendon in his elbow. Flexor tendon in his elbow. He's gonna miss the whole year too. So we had what the fuck am I supposed to do with my rotation? I had 6 guys who were realistically starting pitchers, you know? And it's just now I have 4. And I have no lefties. So I wish I knew what to do in this spot. But this is how we start today's episode. And let's see what I'll do to get around it. Alright, you saw the carnage of spring training, and now I'm here to react accordingly. So, we are going to trade for Daniel Norris of the Tigers, aka Vaniel Norris, because I think he lives in a van. I think that's his deal. He has had a very sort of not great 2019. That's an interesting way of saying it. Very not great. According to Warriors replacement level, we'd like to obviously see him do better than that, but ratings are solid. He is a lefty. We needed that. He's still young-ish. Might have some room to grow. We are going to be sending away Craig Dedilo, I don't know. He's pretty much a nobody. And one of our prospects who is in the international complex, or actually we're going to send to Rookie League, starting his this year. He looks like he'd be a really good player, to be honest with you guys. Juan Montoya. Looks like he could really become something, but he's so young right now that you're not quite sure if he's going to be able to fulfill his great potential. And in addition to getting Norris, we're also going to get back our old friend Gavin Sheets, who I originally traded away in 2018. And I see Sheets as not too far away from what Montoya could achieve already, so that's kind of the appeal in him right now. So yeah, we're going to try to make this trade. Well, I mean, we're not going to try to make this trade. We're going to do it. And our assistant GM isn't too happy with us, so maybe I'll get them to throw in somebody if I can. All right, guys, I tried a little more negotiating, but I think we're just going to go with that original trade. So Daniel Norris, welcome to Chicago. Alrighty, well, let's very quickly go over who will be our roster for opening day before we get to our prospects. So I've talked about these players in depth in the previous episode, so I'm not going to give them too much time. We're going to go with pretty much the same lineup that I showed you guys. I believe this is the exact same lineup. I just think it makes sense from a ratings perspective. Brock Holt was someone who we signed on a minor league deal last year, and he had 2 wins above replacement in AAA in 2019, and now I'm going to give him a spot on the bench. He's very versatile. Jesus. He's very versatile. And yeah, I just think he'll be a little addition. I don't think he's going to play all that much, but just a nice warm body to have on the team. Against lefties, I'm going to have Swanson leading off instead of Rutherford. Hicks moves up a bit in the lineup. Maldonado, I'm going to actually start at catcher against lefties. He hits a little bit worse than Castro does against lefties, but Maldonado is a better catcher defensively, so I just feel like this will be a good way to keep Castro fresh, is if I just have this little tiny catcher platoon. I do that a lot, so no harm, no foul there. Yeah, we've talked about the injuries that we had to the pitching, so this rotation would look a lot better with Steven Matz in it. I'll tell you guys that much, but Sonny Gray, we're going to go with as our ace again. Ruiz, who we trade for in the offseason, is actually going to get the 2 spot. Giolito's going to get the 3rd. Daniel Norris will be 4th, and then Carson Fulmer is going to be 5th. It's not an inspiring rotation, but we'll see. Gregory Soto, who spent most of last year in spent most of last year in AA, actually. Well, he split his time, but struggled AAA, good AA. But you know what? He had a really good spring training, so we're going to let him do his long relief thing. Our middle relievers will be Alcantara, Jace Fry, Raymond Guduan, Jake Diekman, and then our stoppers, our high leverage fellas, are Zach Birdie and Gerson Moreno. Gerson Moreno, you guys can see right now, only threw 11 innings in spring training, but was just had a monster time. 0.82 ERA, 1.93 FIP, struck out 13 batters for 9 innings. So I'm gonna start the year with him in the stopper role, and that I'm use that pretty fluidly. If there's a guy doing extremely well, I'll move him up to the stopper role. Kyle Funkhauser will be gone for the first 2 to 3 months of the season. I forgot to mention him alongside Mattson Fried. His injury isn't quite as important, quite frankly, but he was one of our better relievers next year, and we'll be happy to get him back in the few months. All right, until then, let us go and take a look at our good friends in the minor league system. All right, let's talk prospects list. It's a lot smaller since we last saw it. I mentioned that I hired a new scout in the offseason, so he's given me sort of a new perspective on a lot of players. So some he's much more positive on, some he's negative on. Another thing is that I traded away some of the maybe lower tier players on this list. I didn't trade away any of the guys who look really promising. And there are a few guys who look really promising on here, so let's go through everybody right now. Sandy Martinez is a catching prospect. He was acquired in a trade with the Diamondbacks in April of 2019. He will start the year in rookie ball. Not the craziest projection, but looks like he could be a major leaguer at the very least. James Bell is a very good catching prospect. He was picked third round by us in 2018. He did all right in A-ball in 2019, and will start the season in A-ball once again. He is, he looks a solid prospect, but the thing is he's not even the best catching prospect in this minor league system right now. So we'll get to the guy who is later. Trevor Cadd looks like he can be an all right center fielder. He was just about replacement level in A-ball in 2019, so he'll start in A-ball again. And he was acquired in the 2018 draft, 4th round pick by us. Tim Cate, 55 stuff potential, 55 movement potential is great, 45 control potential, repertoire looks all right. He was drafted in the 2nd round by us. He pitched quite well in rookie ball, so that's giving me some confidence in him for the long term. He is also high intelligence too. 22 years old, will start the year in A-ball. Hopefully we'll finish the year somewhere around AA if he continues to do well. OSA is actually a bit more positive on him. So we'll see about Tim Cate. We don't really have much in terms of pitching prospects in the system. Another pitching prospect is Mason Denneberg. This is kind of his make or break year. He's gone down to a 2-star potential starting pitcher, but he was 4th overall pick in 2018, so that one might just end up busting. He's a high school arm, or he was a high school arm, and they tend to do that. So, we don't have much in terms of arms in this minor league system right now. That's definitely a weakness of ours. Trent DeVoe is a guy who my new scout likes quite a lot. He really projects to be, I guess, an average hitter, nothing much more, but the fact that he's got 80 speed, 75 stealing, can play defensive center field really, really well. He's just pretty toolsy player all around, and I just feel like we're gonna give him the year in A-ball and hopefully can figure things out. Another outfielder who my scout likes quite a bit is Joe Gray Jr., who was acquired trade last off-season. Not this past off-season, but the previous one. The details of that, we traded Jose Abreu. and Jake Berger, and we acquired Joe Gray Jr. So Joe Gray Jr., he kind of reminds me a little bit of just looking at how he projects right now. It's weird. He kind of looks a little bit like a Byron Buxton light, like because he's very toolsy. He's fast, but he's not as fast as Byron Buxton. He can play defensive center field, maybe not quite as well as Byron Buxton, but he can hit for power. Really, just kind of all around solid looking prospect. The strikeouts are problems, just like Buxton. So. Yeah, definitely a crazy athlete, and he will start the year in A-ball after good job in rookie ball 2019. So he and DeVoe, one of them will probably end up playing like right field this season, but that's fine. We have quite a few outfielders, and I've had to kind of distribute them along the minor league system in a way that they won't get in each other's way. So Alex McKenna will also be in that Kannapolis Intimidators outfield to start the year. He hit all right in rookie ball. He was a third-round pick for us in 2019. It doesn't look like he could be a star the way someone like Joe Gray Jr. can, but we're going to keep an eye on him at least for now. Sidney Pimentel is really, really looking quite nice, and he has some power potential too that he could unlock, which is really exciting. He's going to get the year in A-ball. He's a switch hitting. He's durable. He can play pretty much anywhere in the middle infield. There's not really a weakness in his offensive game. He's a little bit like Moncada, to be honest with you guys. Maybe not quite the power of Moncada, but everything else is pretty similar. So I hope he can really come along. In real life, he was an international free agent signed by the White Sox in 2017. So I didn't do anything to acquire him, but he looks like he could be quite a good player. Axel Alexo, actually just grabbed him as a minor league free agent, and he actually looks like he has some potential, not as a power hitter per se, but could be a good defensive right fielder or left fielder, and seems like a guy who could get on base at the very least and has some gap power. So I'm going to start him in A+ ball. Not a premier prospect in the system by any means. Anderson Comas is a pretty similar guy. Also, how was this guy acquired? Okay, he was signed as an international free agent by the White Sox in 2016. But yeah, he will get the start in A+ ball. His ratings looked solid enough to me to go to A+ ball. Shea Langeliers is probably the best player in the system right now. He was the second overall pick for us in 2019. So even if I blew 2018, guys, like 2019's looking good as far as the first round goes. Tore it up in A-ball last year after just kind of in rookie ball, but I moved him up to A-ball. I did quite well. We'll get the start in A+ ball. Could be in the majors pretty soon. He's 22, so he's kind of on that fast track right now. Alec Thomas. He is an interesting one with him. He didn't do well in A-ball this past season, but I'm still going to move him up to A+ ball. That 55 contact, 60 avoid Ks, I think is going to help him out a bit in A+ ball. High work ethic, high intelligence. I don't know what kind of player he projects to be. He may be more, utility outfielder type, but still a guy I'm going to keep an eye on. Blaze Alexander is, along with Pimentel, is one I am super stoked about. I'm actually a little more stoked about Alexander. He was a 9th round pick for us in 2018. He has done well at every level he's played at, but you can see he's very slowly sort of improving too, which is really cool. So 646 OPS in rookie ball 2018, then we moved him up to A-ball 2019, 728 OPS, and then A+ ball. Those last 40 games of the season, he was just absolutely on fire. So he, as a 20-year-old, will be starting in AA, and that 80 potential I, 65 I already there. Like this guy, he really seems like he could be kind of an ideal leadoff hitter for us. And with Hechavarria gone at the end of this season, likely his contract runs out. It's quite possible that Blaze Alexander, if he's good enough this year and improves enough, will be the long-term solution starting in 2021 at shortstop. So he's one. He and Langeliers are the two guys, and Pimentel as well, I guess, that you really need to be paying attention to this year. Sam Dexter, I talked about in a previous episode. He is like a family friend of someone who commented on one of the videos, so he's still in the Giants organization and just a guy we're keeping track of. Spencer Adams, he kind of had his shot. I didn't quite like his spring training spring training peripherals. I'm going to send him down to Charlotte, give him a chance to be a starting pitcher again. With how our pitcher injuries have been in spring training, this guy could be in the rotation before we know it, let's be honest. So he's really just got to get through like Soto and then maybe like one more injury, and that's it. So pitched not well in AAA last year. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't particularly good either. So yeah, he's going to start down there. He is on the 40-man. And then Jimenez, Okimi, Rutherford, Soto, they're not necessarily prospects, but they're still kind of young enough. So we've talked about them already. They're major leaguers. Okimi, actually, I was excited, had a really good spring training again. So he seems like he may be for real with this hitting thing. So he's going to be our DH for this year. He's not exactly a stud defensive first baseman. So that's it for our young prospects. All right, I'm just going to show you guys the preseason predictions and a few other, around the league type things, so we can get kind of our bearing straight going into the year. And then I will play opening day, and then that'll be it for the episode. So let's get to it. All right, we are here with the preseason predictions. The White Sox are actually projected to win 83 games, so that's good. That would be a 7-game improvement, and would put us with in somewhat of a striking range for a wild card spot. At least according to this, we would be sort of tied with the Red Sox for a second wild card spot. So that's a very optimistic projection. I think that 4.10 ERA for this ball club is unlikely, just given the injuries that we've had and the bad luck we've had with pitching in general. Although I have hired a new pitching coach, so who knows? We don't have anyone projected to be a top hitter or pitcher right now. Yeah, and then the National League, Dodgers and Mets projected to be really good. Joey Votto is still doing his thing. Cody Bellinger is really become something. Kershaw still doing his thing. Chris Sale signed to the Mets in the offseason, so that gives them Sale, Syndergaard, and DeGrom, which is kind of scary. Yeah. And in the American League, these top players here. Bryce Harper ended up signing with the Orioles after the 2018 season. Sorry, it really wasn't that long ago. I don't know why it was hard for me to remember that. Yeah, Keuchel, Severino, Archer, Tanaka, Berrios projected to do really well this season. And then, yeah, Astros, Yankees projected at 108 wins, projected to be the best team in all the land. Let's look at top prospects right now. All right, here's your top minor league systems report, which basically just gives you points for prospects you have ratings-wise. So like the OSA does its 1 to 100 list, and then you basically just get points for who you have. One problem with OSA is that it just doesn't do that great of a job after a while of ranking those prospects. So Jeff Rogers is the number 1 prospect in all of the land right now. He was that first overall pick in 2019. He's fragile. He didn't pitch particularly well in 2019, and his ratings, while solid enough, like 75 stuff, that's flashy, 80 stamina, but like 30 control, like this guy's got a problem with walks. So I don't know how guys like that end up the number 1 prospects. There's much more deserving guys, in my opinion. One of which is Bo Bichette, who, which I've just. Is it Bichette? Because I know his dad Dante, but yeah, Bo Bichette, who sounds like Boba Fett. He didn't quite use his rookie eligibility, but if I were ranking the top prospects, it'd be him, because he just looks to be a really solid player. I mean, solid is maybe selling short. He looks like he's going to be a star. So Blue Jays may have the Rookie of the Year on their hands. As far as the White Sox go, we're actually third, which is cool because we only have 3 prospects on the list, and one of them is Ruiz, who's rated as the number 4 prospect in all the land, and he will be our number 2 pitcher this year. Blaze Alexander has made his way up to 14th. He's actually now 1.5 stars. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you guys, I really do like this guy a lot. And then Lingliers is ranked 31st. So, yeah, that's kind of your checking in on the league and how everyone is looking so far. So let's do opening day. Miguel Sano high deep in the first inning. That looks like it is going to be out of here, unfortunately. So with 2 outs, the Twins hop in front. Maybe we'll win opening day one year. Sonny Gray, 6 strikeouts and 3 1/3 so far. So despite that home run, pitching pretty well. And that's 7 strikeouts for Sonny Gray now. And he gets Paul Goldschmidt to pop up in the infield. So despite being down 2-0, Sonny Gray looking pretty solid on the mound as we go into the bottom of the 4th. All right, top of the 6th inning, Sonny Gray with 84 pitches now. Still down 2-0. Sonny Gray with his 8th strikeout to close out the top of the 6th. Barrios is cruising now with 3 more strikeouts that inning. All right, after 97 pitches, 8 strikeouts, 6 1/3, we are taking out Sonny Gray. Shame that he won't be able to get the win. He actually pitched quite well, only really made one mistake in the form of that home run. So Sandy Alcantara will come in, and as we go to the top of the 7th, actually we are on the top of the 7th, so I don't know why I worded it like that. Anyways, Paul Goldschmidt pops out. Ryan Presley has been substituted in for Berrios, so hopefully we can get some runs on the board now. Jason Castro high and deep. In his first game for the White Sox, he has gone yard, and it was a massive shot. Well done. So a 1-run ball game now. Hechavarria goes pretty deep too, but that looks like it'll be caught. So 2-1. Top of the 8th inning. We're going to stick with Alcantara for now. Okay, here we are in the bottom of the 8th. Rutherford at the plate as we get to the top of our order. Rutherford has hit it high and deep. Will it get out of here? Yes, it will. That's what we need to see this season. Blake Rutherford with a clutch solo home run to tie the game up in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on first, 1 out. Gets a key strikeout there. And Jake Diekman, having pitched 1 1/3, I'm now going to bring in Zach Birdie to deal with Salvador Perez with 2 outs in the top of the 10th. Birdie pitching to Perez, and Perez will single. All right, so runner on second now. Can Zach Birdie get out of this inning against Byron Buxton? It'll appear he can. So we go to the bottom of the 10th now, still tied at 2. It's been a great game. All right, 2 outs, bottom of the 12th, Castro at the plate. And he does get a single. Keeps the inning alive, Hechavarria now. Ugh. All right, here we are, top of the 13th. You don't want to use all your bullpen necessarily, you know. This is the first game of the series, so I'm going to stick with Soto. All right, runners on first and second with 2 outs. And once again, with 2 outs, we face Sano. Oh, God. This is just asking for a home run. But I don't want to bring in a new pitcher because our bullpen's getting thin. So, oh, God. From the numbers game did not look good there. But we managed to get out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 13th, and hopefully we can just end this thing. Aaron Hicks strikes out. That feels bad, man. Jason Castro now at the plate. He hit a home run. And it's a walk. He checked his swing. Bases loaded. Bases loaded, 1 out for Hechavarria. We have to be able to do it now. No. Okay. No. He hits into a double play. Oh, God. All right, facing Buxton now with 2 outs. He walks. That's not good. I'm going to go for a pitch out right here, actually. It just seems like they would try to steal here, so pitch out. They won't. They're not looking to do it, at least not on that pitch, so. And it's an infield pop-up. So to the bottom of the 15th we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Can we get the run? No, we cannot. We go to the 16th inning. Jace Fry still on the mound. And that's a double. That's a whole double. Wait, I haven't seen a double since I was a young boy. He's now facing Sano. You don't want to see that, but you also don't want to use all your relievers. Sano down the line, and that is going to tie the game up. It was a matchup nightmare. I have too many lefties in my bullpen. I've used too many relievers. And the problem is the season is 160 games, 162. So first out of this inning right there. All right, Fry now pitching against Lamonte Wade. Sano on third. Can we get out of this inning with just 1 run of damage? Yes, we can. All right. We go to the bottom of the 16th in need of at least 1 run. All right, guys. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, down by 1. What can Blake Rutherford do for us? And he's going to pop out in the infield, and that's going to end the game. But it was a fun one. It was a real fun one. Last year's opening day, we were up 7-0, and it was a crazy high-scoring game. This one, completely different affair. 3-2 after 16 innings, and they ultimately just kind of won the bullpen war of attrition. So pitching did well, and that looks good for our season outlook as a whole. But tough loss. All right. Well, the season has 161 more games, thankfully. So I will see you guys for our mid-season episode. All right. Peace.